Hey coin collectors, it's DC on the Big D, and it's the 1953 coins from the United Kingdom. And these were the first year of Queen Elizabeth's reign. We have all of the coins here, so let's take a look through them. We'll start off with this one that was on top, and this is what was called a farthing coin. And it has a little wren on the front of it. You see down here we see some initials, and that's for Harold Wilson Parker right down next to the feet of the wren. This is a really nice coin. It got a lot of use. There were 960 of these to a British pound. So imagine if we had almost 1,000 to the US dollar. That's how small these were in value. And of course on the front, Mary Gillick first portrait, which came out in 1953. For the farthing, they made 6.1 million coins in 53, and at an uncirculated, this is worth about 71 cents. The next coin up was the halfpenny, and the halfpenny was worth 2 farthings, or 480 halfpennies to the British pound. It says halfpenny at the top. We see it says 1953 here. Way down in here we see an H and a P for Thomas Humphrey Paget. We see this beautiful warship on the back with flying the Union Jack. In 1953 they made 9 million halfpennies, and we see that it says Elizabeth II, Dea Gra, or by the grace of God, Brit Regina, or Queen of all Britons, FD, Defender of the Faith, and then there's a cross at the top. They made 9 million halfpennies. In an uncirculated version, this coin is worth about $1.20. Next up was the full penny. And these pennies were huge, as you know. I'll show you this compared to a US quarter. And it says 1 on this side, penny on this side. The British large penny went until 1970. There's different versions of this as you go through the years, but this is the one with the lighthouse behind her, no ship in front of her. And we see that she has a Union Jack shield. And this one here is from 1962 because I couldn't find the 1953 penny. It's the same design as the 1953, but it's from 1962. Next we have the 3 pence. And for the 3 pence, there were 80 of these to a British pound. You see it says 3 on this side, pence on this side. This is the crowned portcullis. So you see a crown up at the top, the portcullis, which is that gate that you would lower at a castle. This is now the symbol of the British Houses of Parliament. If we go way down to the bottom, we see a W and a G right up above the date, and that's for William Maving Gardner. They made 31 million 3 pence coins, or threps as some people call them. It uncirculated is worth about $1.80. Next up was the smallest coin, about the size of our dime, and this was the 6 pence coin, where the 6 pence wasn't anywhere near as big as the 3 pence. And so you may have a lot of these in your pocket. They didn't want them to be too big. It says 6 pence, 1953, Fid Def, or Defender of the Faith. Has the English rose at the top, the Irish shamrock at the bottom, Scottish thistle on the right, Welsh leek on the left, and this is just the entwined 4 countries which make up the United Kingdom. Way down in we see an E and an F for Edgar Fuller, and over on this side we see a C and a T for Cecil Thomas. Next up was the shilling. This is the 1 shilling coin, but it turns out that there were 2 1 shilling coins. This is 1 shilling at the bottom, 19 separated by a crowned shield, 53, and this is a standing line, which was a symbol of Scotland. On this 1 shilling coin we have the lion supine, which was a symbol of Great Britain. Again, we see a W and a G here on each side, and that's for William Maving Gardner, who engraved the back of these coins. They made 21 million Scottish 1 shilling coins, and uncirculated are worth about $1.50, and they made 42 million English uncirculated coins, and those are worth $1.60 uncirculated. After that comes the 2 shillings coin. You see it says 2 shillings across here, 1953. Again, the Fid Def. Again, we have that English Tudor rose in the center. Then around the outside, we have a thistle, shamrock, thistle, leek, thistle, shamrock, leek, shamrock, thistle. Just going all around the outside for the other countries. Britain in the center, and then Northern Ireland, Wales, and Scotland in flowers around the outside. EF here for Edgar Fuller, CT here for Cecil Thomas. After that was the half crown coin. In the half crown, there were 8 of these to $1. So this was worth about half of a $0.25. It says Fid Def around the top, half crown here, 1953, E, and then a shield, and an R for Elizabeth Regina, Elizabeth the Queen. You see, this is the 4-part shield here. Britain, Lion Supine. We have the Scottish Standing Lion, or Lion Rampant, or Rampaging Lion. Britain again. Down here we have the harp from Northern Ireland. No whale symbol on the back of the half crown. They made 4.3 million half crowns, and this one's worth about $2.70 uncirculated. And then finally, they didn't make the crown coin in 1953. They only made it for ceremonial purposes, but in 1953 for Queen Elizabeth, they decided to make a different coin for ceremonial purposes, and that was the 5 shillings coin. And you see, if we look at this coin and magnify it up, we can see the EF right there for Edgar Fuller. And we can see the CT right there for Cecil Thomas. Kind of the same theme as the other ones. We have the lions laying down, lions standing up for Scotland, lions laying down again for Britain, the harp, and then around the outside we have the thistle for Scotland, the English Tudor rose for Britain, the Irish shamrock, and down at the bottom, splitting the date, is the leek that's a symbol of the country of Wales. They made 6 million of these for the coronation, and they're worth about $5 each. And if you look on the front, you see it's Queen Elizabeth riding her favorite horse, Winston, and it says 5 shillings at the bottom. There wasn't a 5 shillings coin in Great Britain, but the crown was worth 5 shillings, and 5 shillings was worth 1/4 of a British pound. This coin and this coin were essentially the equivalents between the pound and the dollar. This is a $1/4 from 1953, $1/4 from 1953, and this is a £1/4 from 1953. And of course, the pound in 1953 was not a coin at all. It was a paper bill. Please subscribe to the channel and leave any comments you have in the comment section.